opinions expressed on this program are those of the participants and do not reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
BronxNet. Your voice, your views, your vision.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Open, the one and only talk show bringing the best of the Bronx, New York, and the world straight to you. I'm Reina Valentin, your host and Café con Leche for the next hour. Today's show is all about the power of the internet, bringing people all over the world together. Let's see what's up. First up, our Open Weekend Preview brings the rhythm and joy with some fun events around the city. Then the global celebration of International Peace Day is in preparation. We'll hear from the ones leading it in Pathways to Peace. Then learn some tips on being fashionable yet breezy cool during the summer with Melissa Gonzalez from Lioness Style. And Bobby C's out of state, but he made sure to leave us the sports roundup for you. And the runway is set for Ruby in today's Open Artist Spotlight. So stay tuned. All this and more is headed your way because now we are officially open. Good morning and welcome to Open. Reina Valentin here, and we want to remind you to check us out online at BronxNet TV. That's on Twitter, that is, and on Facebook at Open BronxNet Television. You can send us all your questions, comments, ideas, and we'll read them on a future edition of Open. Also, you can follow me personally at Reina Valentin. Well, hopefully the rain will let out or take a break. But even if it doesn't, we've got you covered. Get your pen and paper because we need you to write some of these fun things to do as we share our Open Weekend Preview. First up on our Father's Day by keeping them healthy. The Community Peace Patrol will host this event to explore ways to help fathers and families maintain physical and mental health in a safe environment. Guest speakers include experts in health, nutrition, fitness, safety, fatherhood, career, family, juvenile issues, civic duties, education, and more. That's happening Saturday, June 15th from 3 to 6 p.m. at Al Iman Community Center located at 2006 Westchester Avenue in the Bronx. And for more information, you can go to peacepatrol.org. Next, Freedom 2013 at Riverside Church. Honoring the 150th anniversary of the Emancipation Proclamation with an all-day symposium, luncheon, economic rally, and concert, while also honoring the 148th anniversary of Juneteenth. That's the day that soldiers returned from war and informed slaves that they were now free. That's at Riverside Church on Sunday, June 16th from 1 to 3:30. And to reserve a seat, you can contact David Figueroa by calling 212-870-6833. And Riverside Church is located at 490 Riverside Drive in New York. And our third event, Bronx Day in Albany, brought to you by Assemblyman Mark Jonage, Senator Jeffrey Klein, and Bronx Borough President Ruben Diaz Jr. Experience the best in the Bronx's service and products and listen to Bronxites' visions of the future for the borough. That's happening Tuesday, June 18th at the Egg, Empire State Plaza in Albany. A luncheon will take place from 1:30 to 3:30, and a reception and cocktail will happen between 5:30 and 8 p.m. And for more on that event, you can email bronxdayinalbany@gmail.com. And that is what we have for this Open Weekend Preview. And of course, we are going to open up with our good friend Gail. Gail, my BAF. Gail, are you there?
Hey there,
Ooh.
That's a little harsh.
Inside voice, please. Inside voice,
I'm
please.
sorry, I'm trying to keep it down.
I know we're all wired and excited this morning. So, my dear, you have been quite the busy little beaver.
I am always busy.
Well,
I had a great time like earlier this week working with you, collaborating.
I'm always interested in collaborating with you. I mean, you're just like the best BAF. Somebody gave that line to me, and we're going to talk to him later. Yes, you know what BAF is, right?
What is that?
Best animated friend, of course.
Oh my goodness, we so are.
Hello. And so, so we got to present together at the Beta Awards, which will be airing on BronxNet later next week. However, you've been actually taking the Peace Journalism Workshop,
I
right?
have. It's been so exciting with Professor Youngblood. Totally interesting, talking about how we bring peace and how our words affect what we write and how we approach a story. It's so interesting.
Yeah, well, from what I understand, they had a really big outcome this time around. And, I worked with Professor Youngblood last year, and the whole concept of peace journalism is really, we're hoping to infuse into all media what we discussed a couple of weeks ago, referencing, the glorification of, like, just the violence, right?
Right. If it bleeds, it leads, right?
Exactly, exactly. So, can you share a little bit about what you've learned this week?
Oh, absolutely. We did have a really big turnout, about 12 to 15 people depending on the day, and we went out and we spoke to people in the street and got their take on peace and how you approach a story. And Professor Youngblood gave us some examples, and it's been really interesting to think about. And we really don't how our words are really indicative of our mindset and how it can affect other people's views.
You're absolutely right in saying so. And, and of course, it begins with self, right?
Absolutely.
And the fact that you've chosen to share the power of words, because that's really where it all begins, because, the power of words actually manifests our reality.
You're right. Oh my goodness. Look at you waxing poetic this early in the morning.
Must be because I'm reciting later this evening. Wrong hat. True. Anyway, no, just in general, in all honesty, it's something that I think needs to be brought more into the light, and I'm glad that we're able to share it with you, our viewers, in understanding that, you can have variations of approaching a situation, and it starts with your words, right? And also there's also the understanding of other people's opinions as well. Here in New York, particularly in the Bronx, we all tend to be opinionated, and everybody has different, takes on situations. But really, it's about embracing the differences, really, at the end of the day.
Absolutely. I mean, I was talking with our youth coordinator, Marissa White.
Right.
And she was telling me about how there's kids in the Middle East who hear their media and how they approach a country like Israel, and how and that's peace journalism at its worst. I mean, we need to approach that here in the U.S. as well, and as you pointed out with the Bronx, and how other media talk about the Bronx and things that happen in the Bronx. And I think the borough president's office really, really works hard to combat that.
Yeah, no, they're doing a great job. And, later on at BronxNet, we're actually going to be interviewing the Deputy Borough President, Aurelia Green.
I know, it's so exciting.
I know. I love seeing women in powerful positions who are actually, just out there trying to make it a more harmonious place of existence, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, the poetry's flowing through me today.
How do you make peace, Rena?
How do you make peace? Ooh, that's a really good question. Thank you for asking that. I think it really starts with self, as I said earlier. And I think it's a state of mind. I think it's the way one approaches their own interpretation. I think in general, we have options in how to interpret situations and people and just conversations. And if you really take the time to just seek the peace within yourself, then I don't think things would be taken as seriously.
You know, I think you have a point there. And I think, you know what? I think I need more peace in my life. My mom is constantly complaining about my apartment. So I had to think about my words that I say to her.
Yeah, and you know what? At the end of the day, right? I mean, this is just a suggestion before we go because they're wrapping me up, sweetheart. Just as a suggestion, you could look at it from the perspective of like, you know what? My mom is just trying to help me, as opposed to my mom is nagging me, and that is right there an example of what I'm referencing.
You're absolutely right. That, in a nutshell, is peace journalism, is focusing on the positive and rather than the negative.
Exactly. And congratulations on all the courses you've been taking. And from what I understand, Professor Youngblood is here in the Bronx doing it. I mean, this is a man who travels in the Middle East and, you know, has been to Uganda. And he's here in the Bronx doing it with us here at BronxNet. And I look forward to seeing your completion.
We've been so lucky to have him. It's amazing. His experience and bringing it to us, it's fantastic.
All right, girl. All
Thanks,
right, now.
Rena.
All right, enjoy the rest of your Friday.
You too, girl.
All right. And that is what we have for you today. Peace, peace, peace. That's what we're bringing today. We'll be right back after this episode of Rena Gets Lean. In the first season of Rena Gets Lean, we went on an adventure and tried out different methods of training and eating to develop a healthier lifestyle. While on that journey, we discovered In the first season of Rena Gets Lean, we went on an adventure and tried out different methods of training and eating to develop a healthier lifestyle. While on that journey, we discovered the level of commitment it takes. So join me in season 2 as we continue to explore and form new habits to reach destination Rena Gets Lean. Today we're here at the Gun Hill Road section of the Bronx to meet with Dr. Senior, a naturopathic doctor.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to Doctors to Help.
Thank you.
Okay, you have an appointment with us this morning?
I have disciplined myself to, alter the amount of food that I eat and the way I'm eating, and I just am not feeling that I'm seeing the results.
Okay. You can close your eyes until I tell you
All right,
to open.
okay. My eyes are closed. So that's 170.
77.
That's not much. 2 years
2
to be
years.
10 pounds lighter? Oh my God.
All right, so we have a plan.
we have a plan.
We have a plan.
Naturopathic doctors actually have alternative modalities to assist with, one's wellness path.
We practice eating right according to your blood type. It's scientifically proven that different blood types lend themselves to assimilating different foods.
So I'm asked what my blood type is, and I'm handed this pamphlet. More like a booklet of things that I can eat and things that I can't eat.
Here, the blank lines, dark blank lines, says avoid. Sometimes these avoid have some of their favorite foods.
Yeah, I'm looking at it like
Yes.
chicken and anchovy. I'm like,
Yes.
the one thing that I eat every single day, almost, I'm not supposed to be eating. Chicken. They took chicken away from me. Chicken! She opens up this cabinet and is like, ah, everything under the sun can be found there.
This is my favorite for recommending to my patients that have any kind of like typical joint issues.
She gives me this medicine. She tells me it's all natural. She emphasizes it's going to help my injuries and I can keep moving forward. I'm feeling really good about this. I'm
They can be
unstoppable.
working.
I'm
They can be
unstoppable.
working.
And meeting you has been a real treat. To me, it's extremely refreshing. Visiting the naturopathic doctor was one of my favorite experiences. It was an informative way to have a better understanding of how my body works internally while I continue on all these physical activities. And that is the true path to wellness. Now that I've learned that my blood type is supposed to be vegetarian, no chicken, time to cheer myself up, gypsy style, in the next episode of Rena Gets Lean.
9, and 6.
Hey, I'm Larry Dunn, original keyboardist and musical director for Earth, Wind and Fire, and you're watching Open with Dr. Bob Lee and DJ Cool Clyde.
Hi, I'm Darren Jaime, the host of Open on Wednesdays, and we invite you to join us as we explore in the world of news, politics, and current events every Wednesday at 10 a.m. here on Open.
Hello and welcome back to Open. Pathways for Peace is a global initiative to bring peace and positive thinking into everything we do. And to celebrate the upcoming International Peace Day, we welcome Mark Farrell, to the studio, and joining us via Google Hangout from all over the world are Jean Trudel and David Wick. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dalia.
Nice. Can you hear me?
Very well, thank you.
Well, we can hear you. However, is that Jean Trudel we're hearing?
Actually, yes. I'm calling from Montreal.
Oh, nice. Welcome. There you are. We were looking for you.
Nice meeting you, Rena.
Likewise. And then David Wick. Do we have David Wick? Yeah, it's a sound. We can't hear David. And then we have Mark Farrell here in the studio. So,
Hi, Rena.
hi, Mark.
How are you?
Forgive the echo, I guess, because this is a technical segment. We're just going to kind of work it out here, because at the end of the day, we're really here to talk about peace anyway, right?
That's
Not
it.
technology. So, let's just start with you, since we have you in studio,
Okay.
and your participation with Pathways to Peace, because you're actually a filmmaker and a writer, and you work on television, and you actually documented last year's International Day of Peace.
I did. Yeah, I went actually 2 years ago to the International Day of Peace, and it was phenomenal. They have all the ambassadors of peace there, and Michael Douglas and Forrest Whitaker and all these amazing people, and they're talking about peace and these amazing concepts, and they have all these students from all over coming there to kind of get their fix of peace. And it amazed me that there was no media, hardly any media covering the event. It's this massive, fantastic thing, and nobody was there. So this last year, I worked out with Jean and David and another man to go and document what I saw the year before, and it was brilliant again. It's just a great thing.
Nice. And, we're actually going to see a clip of that a little later, and I want to tap into this a little further, but I just want to just kind of share with the audience what Pathways to Peace is, and that would be Jean Trudel and David Wick. Are you there, gentlemen?
Can you hear me?
There's
I
Jean.
can hear you. I think everybody heard you. Not you. It's us over here working on the technicalities. Forgive us. But that's Jean, right? Jean Trudel?
I'm here as well, Rena, but David can tell you much more about Pathways to Peace and Culture of Peace Initiative, And I'll pick up later in regards to the amazing work that Mark Farrell has done and how he's been involved, as a producer-director.
Nice.
So, David, it's up to you, please.
Oh, sure, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for having us, and I love some of the comments you were making earlier, just about how it's about relationship. It's about how we treat each other. It begins with each one of us in terms of peace and well-being in our lives and in our world. Pathways to Peace has been working with the United Nations since it was formed in 1983. It worked with the United Nations in 1981 to help formulate the International Day of Peace. And Ava Madison, the president, helped to work with the member states and so on to begin that that great day. And the Pathways is an international peace building educational and consulting organization, and has been a pioneer for years in the peace building arena. And along in '83, it was developed was known as the Culture of Peace Initiative, and that is focusing on existing organizations and projects around peace building to help create a practical peace within the 21st century.
Okay,
But
so
think about
what qualifies one to be a peace builder?
Well, I would say what you are doing today, qualifies you in terms of what are you doing to create a relationship? What are you doing? It's all about mindset and choices.
Right.
And how do we choose a way of cooperation, a way of moving away from the violence and culture that we have, and taking steps towards having a place of well-being. And it's also practical. I mean, conflict is a part of life because we're human beings, but how do we do it in a conscious way?
Right. It's about taking responsibility at the end of the day for your words, right? We're back to taking responsibility for your words. Now, Sean, do you want to share a little bit about the Peace Wheel?
Actually, the Peace Wheel has been developed by Pathways to Peace in the early days. And of course, it's a great tool to teach about individual elements that you can work on throughout the day. Of course, you look at our own internal Peace Wheel, which is a 24-hour going around the sun. And you know that the next morning when you get up, you're going to have to start all over again. So this circle is also from, originates from the early teachings of the First Nations in our own country, and we respect these teachings so much, and work very closely also with the First Nations, as their message was truly a message of peace from day one, when we came from different continents and landed on this turtle island they call North America.
Right.
And so, again, we're so thrilled that Mark Farrell has got on board and was able to get involved last year on the International Day of Peace and shoot this student observance. 500 young people come from all over America and Canada. We ship a peace bus from Montreal every year, about 50 kids. And this is what Mark decided to cover last year. And he can tell you more about his documentary that he's working on. And again, we're so happy that BronxNet also has picked up the subject of peace. You guys rock big time.
Awesome. Thank you for saying so, because we're
this
really
is a way
excited to be
to
contributors. Oh, did we lose him? Oh, sorry.
So
Mark Farrell,
right?
Everybody's praising your documentation of International Day of Peace, and I know we actually have a clip of it. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to just refer everybody to pathwaystopeace.org for any more information on International Day of Peace, which is in September, and you're already in preparation for it, right?
Yes.
It's like 90 days of preparation for this International Day, and And so, once again, if you're interested in obtaining more information on Pathways to Peace or just learning more about peace and how to apply it in your life, go to pathwaystopeace.org. And I'm going to leave it to Mark Farrell to set up the clip that we're actually going to be looking at, referencing the children and where peace starts, right? Where it begins.
Yeah, I mean, it's called Peace the First Step. And my thinking was that, peace, global peace is such a broad kind of thing, and it's tough to get your head around it, and I really wanted to explore how we start. Like, what's the beginning point? How do we take that first step? And so we're doing a short film. We're going to try to get it out to all the festivals and get the word out that way. But I'd love you to see a little bit of it. So this is just a little tiny clip of what's going to be a film.
Thank you, Mark, for joining us. Thank you, Jean Trudel and David Wick, for joining us via Google Hangout. And we're now going to see a clip of The First Step.
Peace, the First Step.
Peace, the First Step by Mark Farrell.
The first step of peace is realizing the problem.
It's hard because you know that people are different, but sometimes it's hard to understand someone else's differences.
To get an alignment between people and trust each other, believe that peace is doable. It's not something that we dreamed of. We have dreamed of a lot, but now it's time to bring this dream to reality.
I think the first step to understand our history and what can we do. We have to believe that we have the power to make a change in the world.
The first step to peace is acknowledgement. And that means acknowledging that there is a problem, acknowledging that you do have power to change it.
The first step is a personal practice of peace.
Achieving peace is just the internal thing. You got to be happy internally, or else you can't do anything for anybody else.
The first step was to today, to have to watch the International Day of Peace just continue to grow.
I just thought, wouldn't it be wonderful if instead of fighting over peace, we could have some day that was dedicated just to peace, where all humanity would realize that we are all interconnected on this planet.
Welcome back to Open, and we're going to talk a little bit about the summer, even though it's not exactly fully here, because summer usually means sacrificing style for comfort and the fact of the heat and humidity. But we've actually got Melissa Gonzalez here to actually give us some tips on, not to give up on our stylish selves, even when it feels like we're on the surface of the sun. Welcome, Melissa.
Hi.
And we have Melissa via Skype, so we are using all of technology today.
And you had Google Hangout.
Yeah, we had Google Hangout earlier. Now we have you via Skype.
Yes, it's very savvy.
I know. Well, it's the way of our future. So actually, it's the way of our times now. And my dear, we're going to talk about the summer, even though it's kind of cool outside.
Yeah, I know. It's definitely a tease.
Well, welcome back, and just share with everyone a little bit about Lioness Style, Ms. CEO.
So Lioness Style is an online destination to discover and shop the best independent design in fashion and beauty. So we have designers across the United States. We have apparel, we have accessories, we have organic beauty products, we have tons of products made in America, and it's all about, being on trend but being unique.
Right. What I really enjoy about Lioness, as you know, I'm a Lioness follower, is that you actually give opportunities to upcoming fashion designers. I love that.
Yeah, and that's the part that I love too. It's really exciting to discover, their passions and the design process, go into their studios and know their stories, and just really be able to share it with other people, because most of these designers, besides their own site, they don't have major distribution yet. So we're really getting them early.
Nice. And then you have the pop-up shops, which are really cool too.
Yes, yes, yes. We have some great pop-ups going on right now. We
Nice.
have Johnny O, which is founded by John O'Donnell, who's Chris O'Donnell's brother. And he has these great polos. And then we have Monogram jewelry from Catherine Kane. So,
Yes. So this is awesome. This is awesome. I'm very proud of you, and I'm always excited to invite you to join us seasonally, right? Because it's
Yeah.
summer. Well, it's not summer yet, but needless to say, we'll take the tips. We'll take the tips. So what are the tips, Melissa?
well, I'll start with some beauty tips because we do have some great organic beauty brands that are up and coming independent brands. Because, one important part about summer is taking care of your skin. And just a few tips that we want to share there. Definitely stay hydrated, which everybody knows. But one fun tip in between there is, drink from bottles and glasses versus straws. Sucking on straws every day causes extra wrinkles. So we don't want that.
Oh my goodness, that is a big tip. Who knew that?
Okay, yes. Second would be, especially in the warm weather, just take cooler showers. Taking hot showers on a daily basis increases the chances of sagging skin. So we also don't want that. Also, regardless of the haze or the sun, always have moisturizer with SPF, because that sun ray is coming through the haze, and you want to really preserve your youthful skin.
Right. Now, even if you're Latina, don't
That is
take
a
don't take it for granted. Don't take the texture. I mean, the color for granted, right? Because we still burn, even though it turns into a nice bronze.
Yeah, exactly. And overall, we always say have fun. So I'll actually email you our rooftop playlist. We did a curated DJ list of songs we love for summer. Fun and laughter is the key to youthfulness.
Okay, so that playlist, what era is it?
Well, for this one, it's pretty modern. I was really inspired by the Great Gatsby soundtrack, A Little Party Never Killed Nobody by Fergie, and it just kicked off But I was contemplating next, I might do a little bit of a freestyle mix, because
we're freestyle girls.
Yeah.
That's our era.
So I'll be coming next.
Okay, cool. I was just checking. I'm like, wait a minute, Melissa. Don't get too lost over there, the CEO.
No, I still love my freestyle.
All right, that's what's up. So what other tips do you have for us, Suher?
Okay, so, then we work on to, work, because during the day, most of us still do have to work, and really finding those camisoles that work hard, play hard for us. And we do have a number of tips on our style blog. We work with New York designer Gergeau, and we launched these effortless sleeveless blouses. They're in silk, but the key is really finding those camisoles that have that natural pop of color, so they can go easily from the office to after work drinks. Nice fuchsias, vibrant oranges, and then really all you have to do is take off your blazer and update your jewelry, and then you have a great day to night look.
That's so awesome. First of all, can you find these suggestions on your excuse me, not your Facebook. I'm so Facebook on your website.
Yeah, absolutely. We do actively share our blogs on Facebook, but if you go to the Style blog on Lioness Style every day, probably at least 4 times a week, we have new style tips, new ways that you can combine, different looks. We love playing with patterns. We love mixing metals, so we'll talk about the keys to mixing silver and gold and rose gold. People kind of, shy away from mixing those things,
right.
And we really equip you with the tips to do that right without having to think about it too much.
Right. Sounds like color is in, right? Not that I needed that advice.
No, color is in, but I think it's great. You walk down the streets of New York now, and women are not scared of color, and it's great, and it's uplifting, and it puts you in a better mood.
Nice. I like the camisole suggestion of wearing a blazer and keeping your jewelry in your purse to kind of switch up your look and go from work to play.
Exactly. There's just some pieces that they're not very office friendly, but they can easily transform your wardrobe. So we definitely love that. We also, another tip is when it comes to putting colors together, be inspired by nature. I mean, nature, especially, you can't see it as much now, But if you think about the fall colors when you look up in the trees that look so beautiful together, nature is giving you the tips for what you can do for your own color palette. And there's colors that naturally look nice together you might be afraid of. So you do it well with your orange and your yellows, right?
Thank
you have
you,
that going
thank you, thank you. I'm all about earth tones. Well, this isn't exactly earth tone. This is a little pop bright, but I love the earth tone suggestion that you're giving right now.
Yeah, and you also, you see that in the flowers, those vibrant purples and yellows that come out right now. They look beautiful together in nature. That's giving you a cue for what will look beautiful for you.
That's a great suggestion. Thank you so much for joining us, Melissa.
Yeah, thank you for having me. And also, I'll say to you, and I'll say to others, join our newsletter this week because we actually partnered up with an exciting designer of the One Dress. It's a versatile black. It comes in black, red, and white. You can wear it 7 different ways, and we're going to be doing some giveaway contests next week. So, sign up.
Got it. Sounds super exciting. And once again, to sign up and for more on Melissa and Lioness Style, you can go to their site at lionessstyle.com. After the break, Bobby C is out for this week. I didn't get this memo. Where did everyone go? When's my vacation? Yeah, that's what I want to know. All right. Well, at least he didn't leave us empty-handed. Sports Roundup is next. Don't go anywhere.
Hi, this is Jeff Fox.
Hello, I'm Carla Cadenas, and you can check out Open 2.0 at 4:30 on Fridays or on the web at www.bronxnet.org.
Hi, this is Jeff Fox for 107.5 WBLS. And when I get off the radio, I check out my man, the Dr. Bob Lee and Cool Clyde. It's Open on BronxNet. I never miss it.
The 2013 Major League Baseball Draft returned to MLB Studios on June 6th as the first of 3 days played out before a national television audience. The New York Yankees took Eric Jagielo, a third baseman from Notre Dame, with their first pick, number 26. Jagielo is the Big East Player of the Year. Yankee legend Willie Randolph, who was on hand to make the selection, talked about the youngster's future in pinstripes.
Really excited about our first pick, Eric. I think it's going to be an outstanding addition as a young player, big, strong kid. A good power bat to all fields. He's a big, strong guy, but not a real pull guy. He likes the alleys, left center, right center fielder. So the Yankee organization is really happy.
Before the first round was up, the Bronx Bombers added Aaron Judge, a 6'7" outfielder from Fresno State, and left-handed high school pitcher Ian Clarkin, with the final 2 picks, respectively, in the first round.
Oh, definitely. I'm just glad to be here. And then getting my name called by the Yankees, it's just a bonus. It's a plus. Can't wait to start playing in New York.
No, just try and stay calm and keep your head low and just work hard. And that's my biggest thing. Just keep your head out of trouble and work hard.
Earlier in the evening, the Mets tapped Dominic Smith with their first-round pick. Many have suggested that the high school first baseman from California may be the best hitter in the draft.
This is just an unbelievable moment, and I'm excited. I'm happy. I can't stop shaking. I can't stop smiling. So I can't wait till I can actually get on the field and play with the New York Mets.
Mets legend Darryl Strawberry remembers getting the major league call and was excited to be on hand for Thursday night's draft, especially with the Amazons calling on a young man from his neck of the woods.
After high school, you could be raw talent, and I was too, but the fundamentals are the most important thing. And if he's taught the right fundamentals, hopefully he can develop and be a great big league ball player.
The evening wasn't only about players joining new teams, it was also about the start of new rivalries. Smith's longtime friend, J.P. Crawford, will now be his rival in Philadelphia someday.
Yeah, it feels all right, just going out there to play against them. Hopefully we'll be competitive, but we'll still have fun.
Stanford ace Mark Appel went first to the rebuilding Houston Astros, who were making the top pick for the second straight year. Although Appel wasn't on hand, a record 9 prospects attended the first-year player draft, and were all pretty much speechless.
Yes, we kind of had a good understanding of how much interest the Indians were showing in me, and it worked out the right way.
I didn't really have a feel for it or where I was going to go, so I'll say made it towards the end.
My heart's still about to pound out of my chest. I'm having to keep my hands in my pockets because they're still shaking.
A 15-1 long shot stole the show in the 145th running of the Belmont Stakes Saturday in Elmont. Palace Malice galloped to a stern pace, leaving a field that included Kentucky Derby winner Orb and Preakness winner Oxbow behind. The Dogwood Staples horse beat Orb by 1 3/4 and Oxbow by 3 1/4 lengths.
Even though we were going at a decent clip, I felt that we were moving along pretty good, but he was just so relaxed, in a great rhythm. I mean, down the backside, he'd prick his ears every now and then and just take a deep breath of air, and I felt very confident he was going to run well. We just had to be good enough, and he was.
Despite only a maiden victory coming in, trainer Todd Pletcher considered Palace Malice his best 2-year-old colt and was justified Saturday before a crowd of 47,562.
Mike was able to get him into a real comfortable rhythm, and the horse is trained really impressively, and we just felt like if we could get into that rhythm, get him relaxed, and it wouldn't necessarily matter if he was on the lead, 4th, 5th, wherever he was, as long as Mike had him in that big gallop that he has.
Dogwood's 85-year-old founder, Cott Campbell, a racing luminary, said the victory may be the highlight of his career.
Just hoping that he would have an absence of bad luck and not necessarily get a good break, but just don't have anything go against us.
Hello and welcome back. It's time for our very live, very in-studio Open Artist Spotlight.
The Open Artist Spotlight is made possible in part with public funds from the Bronx Council on the Arts through the New York State Council on the Arts Decentralization Program.
Starting her career with the Bratz line of toys, our open artist has broken out on her own with Runway, and now her response to a hit by Bruno Mars entitled My New Man. But today she's actually going to be singing Let's Wait a While. Let's welcome to our open stages, Ruby!
To share and be real honest, but on that very first night it wasn't quite right. No, no, baby, let's wait a while. Before it's too late, let's wait a while. Our love will be there, let's wait a while before let all my feelings show, to save some for later, so our love can be greater. You said you would always love me. Remember I said the same thing too. You don't have to be frightened with my love, because I'll never give up on you. Let's wait a while before it's too late. You know you can't rush love. So let's just take our time, 'cause I don't really need this right now. Let's slow it down before we go too far. La dum diddy da da ba diddy, la da 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 da. La dum diddy da da ba diddy, la da 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 da. La dum diddy da da ba diddy. Before we go too far.
Highlights. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me this morning.
Oh my goodness. I'm really excited to hear Runway though, because that's yours. I mean, you do a great rendition of like cover songs, but this was beautiful. It was very soothing. You know, today was a day of peace, so it was absolutely appropriate. I'm just going to ask you to speak into the mic when you respond to me, just so that the audience can hear you. And, you know, I know that you're actually preparing for a tour, and you just had your release in March of this new single. Just tell us a little bit about your journey. It's been very exciting.
It's been very exciting and very rapidly moving, which is, you know, it's been great for me because I'm the type of person that I need every minute of the day accounted for. And so, you know, doing music is a good way to keep me busy and also give back to the world and show the world, you know, what I'm about. And move
How is it
people.
coming back to your origins in the Bronx?
It's great. I mean, we actually were here 2 months ago at the concert hall. We did a performance there as well. So every time I come, I feel like I'm at home now.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. Even though you grew up in Puerto Rico.
Yes, I
Yes.
grew up in Carolina, Puerto Rico, but I was born here in the
Yeah,
Bronx.
that's it. BX, baby. You gotta come back to your roots.
Yes.
Kind of, sort of. I think Puerto Rico's our roots. Now, you know, everything really jumped off with the Bratz, right? And can you just share with everybody about the Bratz actual animation or the cartoons? Because that's actually kind of big. Even though
Well,
they're not really that
it
popular,
actually
right?
came by surprise to me. I was contacted by a producer friend of mine who knew someone that was translating the original English song into Spanish because the cartoon was blowing up in Latin America, so they wanted to be able to translate everything down to the theme song. So they asked me to demo it just to see if the label would like the translation. And not only did they like the translation, they loved my voice, and they were like, no, we are keeping this chick. Who is she? So, you know, when I found out about it, it was already out on the CD and playing on the cartoon. And I was actually in Puerto Rico talking to my cousin about it. Like, I just had this gig and this is what I did. And she said to me, I heard it already.
Nice.
And I'm like, what? You heard it already? So she was
Nice.
like, yeah, we went on to iTunes. She typed in the name of the song and I heard myself back and I was like, wow, this
What is the name of the song?
Surreal. It's called Se Siente.
Se siente,
Se siente, yes.
Se siente. Well, you've got a lot of nice tunes.
Thank
I
you.
actually did all of my work last night listening to your SoundCloud.
Ooh.
Yes. Nice variation, and obviously you have a great voice. You want to introduce your guitarist?
Yes, this is JT, very good friend of mine. He's been playing for how long now?
Working on 10 years.
Yeah, we actually only had 1 day of rehearsal, and I think that he is the new man. He's going to be on tour with us.
Very nice. So when does your tour begin?
We're going to kick off on the 22nd at the Kingsbridge Community Festival, and we also got a performance at the Greenhouse on June 26th, and more coming after that, but those are the two ones that are right around the bend.
Beautiful. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. We're really honored to have you here. And is there anything you'd like to share with everyone regarding all of your music that is online. Like, you know, you're actually, the route that you've gone is kind of like the day of today, which, as you saw, we did interviews via Skype, via Google Hangout, and you're like all over online. And I just wondered if we had people go and download your songs, like which do you prefer?
Well, I have a central hub. That's my website, omgruby.com, spelled omgruby.com. And on that page, I have links to my SoundCloud page, my Instagram feed, my Twitter feed, and my blog as well. So everything gets fed into the website, and then you can, individually follow me however you like. But I wanted to touch upon, connecting with people from all over the world via the web.
Right.
Because I have a project coming out in the fall. It's an acoustic CD, and how I did it was actually via YouTube, with connecting with other instrumentals and musicians that play all over the world to be a part of this project. So,
okay, so wait.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wait. I have to take that in for a minute. Wait, because I just got a visual. Okay, so basically, am I hearing this right? You actually got music from other musicians via YouTube to create one track.
Yes. Well, to create a whole CD.
A whole CD.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to be called the YouTube Acoustics.
The YouTube Acoustics. That is a hot idea. That is a hot idea. So when does that get released?
In the fall, early fall, we're thinking.
That is hot.
Yeah.
So what kind of people? Just really give us a little
I
taste.
have artists from Japan, from Germany, from Australia, like places that I've never even dreamed of traveling, participating on this project. So it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Wow, that's so cool. Isn't that cool, the day and age that we're in today? I mean, you were actually able to have like a recording session via YouTube and travel the world, never leaving your house. I mean, of course, it's always nicer to get on a plane, but...
We'll get there.
Right, exactly.
Even though I don't like flying, we'll get there.
Well, they're the perfect excuse to get there because they're over there. That is such an awesome idea. I can't wait to hear that.
I know, it's going to be great.
Now-
You'll be one of the first
Nice,
to
nice,
listen. I
nice.
promise.
Looking forward to it. Now, are you writing the lyrics for it? Because you like to write the lyrics, right?
Yeah, well, it's going to be mostly covers, but there's 2 songs that are original on there that we're going to make happen on the CD.
Nice. Well, I'm really looking forward to hearing Runway in this style, right? Because you have different variations.
Yeah, we've
of it.
actually never played it like this, so
This is gonna be-
debuting here.
All right, nice. All right, so I'm gonna just see us out, right? And then you guys can play a Runway. And unless you have
Awesome.
any last words you want to share with our viewers.
No, let's jump right into it.
Nice. It's been a pleasure having you here.
Same
Lovely.
here.
You have
Thank
such a
you.
soothing voice.
Thank you.
All right. And for more Ruby, well, as I mentioned, she's definitely online. You can check out her site, omgruby.com. And from there, you'll find the Bandcamp, the SoundCloud, the Reverb Nation, the Instagram, the YouTube. Everything is going to be there. And she's got a really nice variation. And, well, we're going to actually let her sing us off. And so I'm going to wrap up quickly, all right? And that is our show today. And thanks to all our guests and viewers. And if you missed any part of the show, you can tune into the Recablecast throughout the weekend here on BronxNet. Once again, I'm Rina Valentin, and from all of us here, may the universe provide peace, prosperity, and love. And I'd like to wish all the daddies out there a happy Father's Day. Take it away, Ruby. Mwah.
Why every other guy I try always got a little baggage. FYI, you're lucky that I think you fly, otherwise I wouldn't have it. Lady, why are you calling me, telling me your heart's so damaged? Clearly, something that he sees in me, guess he wasn't the full package. She already had her shot, she don't wanna take it there with me. I know she wish she had half of what I got. If she thinks she got what it takes, meet me on the runway. She could see me on the runway. She could see me on the runway. Any day of the week, she don't wanna compete with me. Shut it down on the runway. My boy, kill it on the runway. Let the men judge who's coming in first place. Any day of the week, she don't wanna compete with me. Shut it down on the runway. My Bet you never met a girl like me before. I play rough, I can hang tough with the boys and still keep sick couture. Lady, if you bump heads with me, this could really get ugly, so trust me. I can make a real big scene, easy as 1, 2, 3. She already had her shot. She don't wanna take it there with me. I know she wish she had half of what I got. If she thinks she got what it takes, meet me on the runway. She could see me on the runway. She could see me on the runway any day of the week. She don't wanna compete with me. Shut it down on the runway. My boy, kill it on the runway. Let the men judge who's coming in first place. Any day of the week, she don't wanna compete with me. Shut it down on the runway, runway, runway. Yeah, yeah. Shut it down on the runway. Shut it down on the runway, runway, runway. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She already had her shot. She don't wanna take it there with me. I know she wish she had half of what I got. If she thinks she got what it takes, meet me on the runway. She could see me on the runway. She could see me on the runway any day of the week. She don't wanna compete with me. Shut it down on the runway. My boy, kill it on the runway. Let the men judge who's coming in first place. Any day of the week, she don't wanna compete with me. Shut it down on the runway.
Thank you.
Oh, I thought we were actually ending the show, and we still have a few more minutes. So that was awesome.
Thank you.
That was awesome. You know,
First time.
That was the first time?
Yeah.
Really? That was the first time? You rocked it.
Thank
so
you.
The camera was loving your jam there. And, you know, just to hear it in this rendition is kind of cool because it's more like a house music. Well, you know, like club music, right? Yeah. It's more like a club music.
Yeah, and we dissected it and, you know, paid attention to the chords and made it melodic and slowed it down.
Nice, nice. Well, once again, thank you for being
Thank
here
you.
with us. Ruby, everyone! Woo! Awesome! OMGRuby.com! And I'm going to say goodbye again to you guys. Mwah. Happy Father's Day to all the daddies out there. Adios. And once again, all of us. Charity and
Wide-eyed, every other guy I try always got a little baggage. FYI, you're lucky that I think you're fly. Otherwise I wouldn't have it. Lady, why are you calling me? Telling me your heart's so damaged. Clearly, it's something that he sees in me. Guess he wasn't the full package. She already had her shot. She don't wanna take it there with me. I know she had half of what I got. If she thinks she got what it takes, see me on the runway. Tell her she can see me on the runway. Tell her she can see me on the runway. Any day of the week, she don't wanna compete with me. Shut it down on the runway. My boy, kill it on the runway. Don't let the men judge us, put it in first place. Any day of the week, she don't wanna compete with me. Shut it down on the runway. I bet you never met a girl like me before. I play rough, I can hang tough with the boys and still keep sick control. Lady, if you bump heads with me, this could really get ugly, so trust me, I can make a real big scene, easy as 1, 2, 3. She already had her shot. She don't wanna take it there with me.